Welcome to First Class, the first installment of a new column dedicated to the super yacht. We will reveal the complexity of construction and the industrial dimension, but also the reasons that push an owner to deal with a project of this magnitude. We'll go on board of exclusive boats and talk with those who have designed and built them. First class, boating as you've never seen. The first episode has a title, a place and an almost magical name for boating enthusiasts. Baglietto. With over 160 years of history, it is one of the oldest shipyards in the world, an icon of Italian nautical excellence. Pietro Baglietto founded his shipyard in Varese in 1854, in the shed of a garden 100 meters from the sea, where he built small boats. But he soon began to build pleasure boats. In 1906, the shipyard launches Giuseppina, the largest yacht cruise motor ever built. Then the war and the orders of the Navy, including the MAS that inspires Gabriele D'Annunzio to the motto Memento Audere Semper, remember to always be daring. In the post-war period, the famous wooden series was born and dedicated to the Mediterranean islands, including Elba, Ischia and Capri, which immediately became an icon and a must-have for the international jet-setters. Then the 70s, the beginning, the era of aluminium, a material that will characterize the Baglietto production for all the years to come and that will allow large stylistic explorations, setting new standards for the segment of fast-planing yachts with innovative exterior lines and the exclusiveness of the interior. Baglietto today is part of the Gavio Group, among the biggest Italian players active in various industrial sectors, and a new success story can begin.
Avere oltre 160 anni di storia come la Baglietto è naturalmente un modo per coniugare tradizione e innovazione.
Having over 160 years of history, as Baglietto does, is of course a way to combine tradition and innovation. Tradition because it is an icon, is an Italian icon, a design icon, an engineering icon, and innovation because we are still here, and we are definitely still one of the best shipyards in the world, and we will always want to be better. This conjugation is from our history, from what we have done and what we are proposing at this time. And also thanks to the shareholder. Definitely, these are times in which we can think of looking forward, looking to our past, but looking at so many new things that we can do.
Allora, le sfide di Baglietto di questo momento sono diverse. Come mi piace dire, viaggiano su binari paralleli ma che spesso si intrecciano. La sfida principale è la sfida che riguarda il nostro marchio, la nostra icona.
So Baglietto's challenges at this time are different. They are, as I like to say, travelling on parallel tracks that often intersect. The main challenge is the one that affects our brand, our icon. It's our brand. It's an icon that has had some very difficult moments, but they are over now. We are in a new phase. But we are in a phase in which the brand should be reported in the position that competes internationally. And so, this is the most important challenge, the one that we are pursuing, through all other challenges. The other challenges are those facing the construction site, affecting the size of the shipyard, which is a dimension that has been important to the shareholders from the start. Because in this site, the shareholder has invested a lot to make it what you see today. A modern shipyard, new, on which, however, we can still invest so much and on which we have development plans. It is a site that now boasts 35,000 square meters, but it can be expanded and therefore it can raise additional challenges for the future.
Poi c'è una sfida che riguarda il prodotto, è una sfida importante perché in questo momento...
Then there is a challenge that affects the product. This one is important because at this time the company has among its products fast boats from 13 to 19 meters, up to planing boats and up to displacement boats that arrive also over 50 metres. Here, of course, is a discussion regarding the capacity and flexibility of the construction site to be able to produce and to propose the boat market different types of boats, of different sizes and for different purposes. Of course, we have in this moment. We believe very much still in the displacement, but also above all in the planing that is part of the history and tradition of Baglietto.
I valori cardine del Baglietto sono soprattutto sono nati a Varazze più di 160 anni fa.
The core values of Baglietto were born in Varese more than 160 years ago and have remained consistently because who built the boats did not experience them as they are experienced today. They have been experienced with a passion, with an ability to constantly change the type of product while keeping a common thread that was the passion.
Hanno portato questi oggetti a diventare oggetti di lusso bramati da una grossa fetta di mercato proprio perché nello spirito ligure hanno sempre mantenuto un.
They have brought these objects to become luxury items coveted by a large market share. And because of the Ligurian spirit, they have always maintained an understatement. They were always very low profile. In the products, there was a seriousness, an approach typical of the people who created them. Anyway, because we must never forget that a product works if there are people behind it that work. If there is craftsmanship, an Italian identity comes out. It has come to create an identity that has been maintained. Today, we must change the design to satisfy the owners. But we try to be interpreters of the past history, made by people who modestly interpreted the boat so well as to make them unique.
Benvenuti a bordo di Pachamama, Madre Terra in Aztec.
Welcome aboard the Pachamama, Mother Earth in Aztec, a 43-metre aluminium super yacht inaugurating the new range Fast Baglietto, designed by Francesco Pasgowski. A timeless design, great brightness and high performance are the guidelines of this impressive boat that we'll discover together. Pachamama is able to accommodate 10 people in 5 cabins, in addition to 7 crew members. 380 tons of international tonnage, propelled by 2 MTU diesel engines over 4,000 horsepower each. They allow the Pachamama to reach 33 knots of speed in maximum comfort.
Le richieste specifiche dell'armatore sono state quelle di riportare gli stilemi.
The owner's specific requests were what brought the Baglietto style back in a modern key. Then we intervene on the forward part, on the nose, the windows, now an essential element for bringing light inside the boat. The transom with styles that give an immediate recognition, both as Baglietto, but as a modern Baglietto. The final part of the flying bridge and air vents on the wing.
Parte finale del flying bridge e prese d'aria sull'ala.
We kept the old styles, reinterpreting. New rollback bar with 2 curtains that are pulled out electrically. They are of the Baglietto cutting history, but seen in a more modern light.
Abbiamo risposto alla richiesta forte dell'armatore di poter avere abbondanza di luce.
We responded to the strong demand for the ship owner to have plenty of natural light inside the boat of Pachamama, starting immediately from the entrance. It is normally a dark area that acts as a filter between the outside and the inside in a strong way. And we managed with the opening of 2 large skylights to illuminate naturally, taking light directly from the fly.
Il salone ha delle vetrate molto ampie e la luce che arriva dall'esterno viene poi enfatizzata dall'utilizzo di una.
The salon has very large windows and the light that comes from outside is then emphasized by the use of a glossy white lacquer, which then enhances the entrance of the light, which is then reflected on a lot of natural materials with light tones that contribute to the brightness.
Pachamama si sviluppa su 2 ponti e mezzo. Un flybridge di 70
Pachamama is built on 2.5 decks, a fly bridge of about 75 square metres, a main deck, the greater living area and a staircase that leads us to an area that is a little more private, where the 5 cabins are located.
Lo stile senza tempo è lo stile che contraddistingue il marchio Baglietto da oltre 160 anni. Senza dubbio la particolarità di questa imbarcazione.
Timeless is the style that distinguishes the brand Baglietto for over 160 years. Without a doubt, the uniqueness of this boat is the sense of conviviality that the owner has asked us to create with the kitchen, which, unlike their nautical tradition that uses the kitchen as a place to serve and a place for the crew, it becomes an environment that opens onto the dining area and becomes the meeting place for the owner and his guests.
Il Pachamama è un progetto molto importante per questo cantiere perché è stato il primo progetto, diciamo, nuovo 100% Baglietto. In questo senso
The Pachamama is a very important project for this site because it was the first project. We say new 100% Baglietto. In this sense, we want to say that it's a boat on which we have worked very much and on which we have integrated design with extremely elegant engineering solutions. In particular, I always like to recall the engine room, which, besides being the engine room of a high-performance boat, is an engine room that is very nice to see and very nice to manage, in the sense that it has a highly visible engine room, extremely presentable from this point of view. It is not a dark place inside the boat. It is another of the design aspects, of engineering design, to show.
Pachamama è un'equazione perfetta di...
Pachamama is an equation of the combination of style, technology and innovation. The propulsion is provided by 2 MTU diesel engines of over 4,000 horsepower each, which allow a maximum speed of 33 knots to reach in comfort. Baglietto is a wonderful story of men, of passion and of the sea for well over 160 years.
Per costruire Pachamama,
To build Pachamama, Baglietto has spent 2 years with the help of over 300 professionals, including engineers, architects, designers, artisans and craftsmen. Never forget that behind a super yacht is the work of many passionate men.
uomini che danno vita...
Men who give life to wonderful products that have to live within unstable elements, such as the sea, while ensuring maximum safety of navigation.